Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy King Wolf, and today I want to talk about Joel Embiid. So basically, Joel Embiid, he's not going to be playing for the rest of the season. He's not going to be playing for the rest of the season. I really don't know what to say. In my opinion, I believe Joel Embiid could have been the best center to ever play. And I'm not even joking about that. Imagine if Joel Embiid was healthy his whole career. Like, he could have been the best player. Not the best player, but he could have been close to it. He could have been a top 10 by the end of his career. But he just can't stay healthy. I don't know. Like, a lot of big men his size or even bigger, like Shaq, he started wearing down. Hopefully Wemby can get better. But a lot of big men his size, they don't last a very long time. So what he did in his career, I'm talking like he's about to retire. Hopefully he doesn't retire. But I heard a lot of people saying online that the 76ers are trying to get him to retire early so they can keep their money for next year and the year after that. But if Joel Embiid can't get healthy for next year, if he's not healthy and ready for next year, I don't know what to say. I don't know if I should say he should retire. He shouldn't. He should keep playing if he can. But he said he couldn't play, so that's why he's not playing for the remainder of this season. It's sad to see. I mean, the process is pretty much over. Like, the process should have been done when Ben Simmons left. So, but they got Paul George, and they thought they could do something. Paul George is injury prone too, so they might as well. They shut down Embiid. They might as well shut down Paul George. So Maxey, he can still play. He's still young. He still wants to prove himself, but it's pretty much over for the 76ers, you know. So I really don't know what to say. We're gonna watch a few videos of what people had to say about it, and I'll break it down a little bit.
Show tonight with breaking news. Philadelphia 76ers star Joel Embiid will miss the remainder of the season as he and the team continue to look for a long-term solution to that troublesome left knee that has plagued the 2023 MVP. So for more on this, we bring in the man who broke the news this afternoon, our senior insider, Shams Charania. Shams, what went into the decision for Philadelphia to finally shut down Embiid here?
Malika, the 76ers and Joel Embiid tried a plethora of treatments over the course of the season, especially in the last few months, to try to continue to have him play on this season. That included, from what I'm told, frequent and often injections in his injured left knee. That included resting periods as well over the course of the year. But over the last month, Embiid had informed the team that his knee just was not improving over time. That's the swelling.
Look how many games he missed. That's crazy. That's like 40-something% of the games, like 47% of the games that he's missed. That's crazy.
Had returned again over the weekend. And when both sides met over the weekend and into the week, they determined that he is not medically able to play. They've agreed on a shutdown. And this culminates a season of disappointment. Certainly for the team, for Embiid, only playing in 19 games. The level of frustration that we've seen from him not being able to be healthy, but this has been frustration on all sides, within the organization, around the players, around the locker room, for the coaching staff. It's been a frustrating time for the 76ers and for Joel Embiid personally. One of his down seasons, one of his worst seasons as an NBA player.
I can't imagine how frustrating this is for Joel Embiid, knowing that you're capable of being the player we saw at times last year that had more points than minutes played. Now to this, it just seems incredibly frustrating. Shams, thank you so very much. Here on our set, I'm alongside Stephen A. Smith, Janae Agumake, Kendrick Perkins. Stephen A., I'm going to start with you. It felt inevitable maybe that this would be the ending for Embiid in Philadelphia this season, but what do you make of it once it's arrived, since we're here?
Thank God. Thank God. It was hard watching this man. Understand that I'm a guy who believes a healthy Joel Embiid, I would rather have him more than Jokic. That's how great I feel of it.
I feel the same way.
Talent he is. He is clearly debilitated, clearly incapable of playing. Y'all, this year, career lows, field goals, threes, blocks, percentage-wise. He's missed, 19, 20 of the 37 games, for crying out loud. He's been absolutely awful. And let's take this into consideration, y'all. This is the absolute truth. Do you understand that the Sixers have 20 games on the season and they've played 57 games? The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champions. They won 18 games this year and only played 21. I mean, they have 2 less victories than the Philadelphia 76ers, having played 36 less games.
Yeah, they haven't won one game since the
That's
Eagles
how
won the Super
bad the Philadelphia 76ers have been. Thank God it's over. He needed to sit down. He's just not healthy.
But now
What I'm saying is poor management. Like, every year they try to start him in the beginning of the year, and then about midway season they shut him down. But he shouldn't even start in the beginning of the season every year to make sure he's right, because when he's going into the summer, okay, he's gonna get surgery, and then okay, they might be doing it. They messed up already, so they should have. But in the beginning of the year, he should have been starting his first game probably now. You see what I'm saying? The management is not right.
the question turns to next season. It turns to the future here, Shanae. Do you think that Joel, because he's only played, after the season, he'll have only played in 51% of possible games for the 76ers over the course of his career. Can he get back to that MVP we saw?
You're highlighting a very important point. 213 days from now to the start of next year. Oof. To me, that is the most important stretch in the recent memory, the last 2 decades of Sixers history. Being able to have someone and protect him at all costs, get him right, and then get this experiment and see it to its fruition. Get everybody right. Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, who we now affectionately call the franchise, and Joel Embiid. So you get a reset. You finally have made a decision. You picked a direction. Mm-hmm. Now it looks like the pick is more available in their possibilities.
Top 6 protected.
So this next offseason is going to be huge, not only for Joel Embiid, but for the franchise that asks people to trust the process. And now we will finally see, when healthy, with a plan, can it yield results?
Well, see, what they're saying is, it sounds good, but every year since he's been in the league, he's been injured. So if the process is over, but I still believe in bro. But if next year he got all this time, he can get better and he can start the season next year, and it doesn't work out, you have to find a way to try to trade Joel Embiid. I mean, that's hard to say right there, but I don't know what team is gonna want to get Joel Embiid. I mean, it would be fantastic to get him if he was healthy, but if you're getting him he's gonna miss about 30 games every year, there's no point. So hopefully he can get better. See what Perkins got to say.
We don't trust it. We don't trust it. The fans don't trust it, and they shouldn't trust Daryl Morey. And the Philadelphia 76ers should consider moving on from Daryl Morey. As a general manager, as a guy that's running the organization, your job is to protect the organization. Daryl Morey ain't did that. There's nowhere in hell that you give Joel Embiid an extension based on what you saw last postseason and the way that he looked in the Olympics. By the way, you go out and you give $200+ million to Paul George on a 4-year deal when he had no other suitors that was going to do that. So now you're about 500.
Exactly. So everybody else already knew what Paul George was going to do. That's why nobody bid on taking him to their team. So now they're stuck with Joel Embiid, injury prone, and Paul George is injury prone. And the only thing you got is Maxey. I mean, that's not going to do nothing. I mean, you got to get somebody else. I don't know who's going to take Paul George either. So the 76ers are pretty much finished for the next few years.
$100+ million committed that you didn't handicap the organization because of not doing and not leading and not protecting the organization. So here we are. I don't believe that Joel Embiid will ever be healthy again in his career.
So you're saying change the direction now instead of giving them another opportunity in the offseason and do it after then? Because we've seen that big threes never really work in the first year. Now, I know health is a different circumstance.
Sure.
So are you saying now instead of later?
Listen, they don't have their handicap. No one is trading for Joel Embiid. No one is trading for Paul George.
Sure.
Their value is all the way down.
That's my point. You go to the offseason and you hope you can recover something.
I know we have to move on. Let me just say this real quickly. We have to pay attention to Daryl Morey in this regard. There are rumors that owner Josh Harris was very reluctant to sign Joel Embiid to this extension. And Daryl Morey was the one who said, we got to do it. If that's the truth, Daryl Morey is in a world of trouble. And I would remind everybody, Josh Harris doesn't only own an NBA team. He owns an NFL team. Why do I bring that up? Who's his partner? Who's one of his minority owners? just somebody that happens to be a 5-time champion and the greatest point guard in the history of basketball? What you think? All he's doing is sitting there talking to him about the Commanders? You trying to tell me Josh Harris, a billionaire who purchased an NFL franchise for over $6 billion, has Magic Johnson sitting next to him, and they're going to ask him a question about basketball? Josh Harris has asked me about basketball. So there's no way he has Magic Johnson next to him and ain't asking him. Remember that.
I think it's just unfortunate.
I mean, you just gotta blow it up. I mean, ain't nothing you can do. You really just did handicap yourself by signing Paul George. So it's a GG, but we're gonna look at Gil's Arena right quick.
What is the point? Like, what do you? It doesn't make sense. Your whole team is injured. It's not like you played the younger guys to get experience. Your older guys that you're banking on ain't playing. And you're still trying to bring Embiid back to do what exactly? What is he gonna come back and do what? Let's say he can't play back-to-back with that knee. The fuck you think you're gonna win a championship? He couldn't beat nobody when he was healthy. Is he gonna run through Giannis and he's gonna run through Boston? Right, he couldn't do it when he was MVP status, right before MVP status. So now he's half man. So all that's gonna happen is you're just gonna linger on this injury. Sit his ass down.
Yeah.
Paul George, sit down. There's no point. This season's fucked. It was fucked when training camp started and you was coming out of it. You didn't see the writing on the wall then.
Yeah.
Sit these two down, suit up for next season. Let all these young dudes ball. Let them get experience because you're gonna need them.
Yeah.
You're gonna need them. You don't need Embiid right now. He had a triple-double, cool. He can't play today. Great. Nice.
Like we mentioned, Embiid under contract through 2029, I believe, signed that 3-year extension. Early season, we had Dwight Howard on the show earlier in the season, excuse me. And Dwight basically said, after Embiid's comments about he just focused on championships now, he doesn't worry about individual accolades. Why play the heavy 36-minute workload and not break that up into 20 each game? At least make yourself available to be out there.
Yeah. To climb out of this hole, y'all.
If that's what the team
That's
the goal is, to win a
absolutely.
championship. But Gil, you said fuck it, pack it up for the season.
Would you move him?
I said that the first week. He started off the season injured, then Paul George tweaked his season over with.
Yeah.
know when to cut it. Come on, cut the umbilical cord, man. Just sit down. Y'all go sit down. I know I'm paying you, but shit, I still owe you more money. And if you keep lingering on, that means next season, can't play back-to-back. Like, how long are you gonna keep trying this little routine? Sit them two down. Him and his fingers, sit it down. Fingers and legs, sit down. Just some nice little suits, whatever the fuck you want to do. Stay in shape a little bit, right? Eat right. I don't care. But these young fellas, I'm going to play you. I need you to get the experience.
Fair.
That's it. Maxie, come on. Hey, do you.
Oh, he gonna do that?
Hey, do you.
Would you trade him?
Who?
Embiid.
Rui Hachimura,
2 years?
I mean,
You're in that?
But y'all quick to package y'all team.
Rui, Gabe Vincent,
Right.
Christian Wood.
Oh, boy,
they got a package?
No loyalty, boy. Listen, if you
Lakers fans trying to get everybody every time.
if you ain't.
they quick to package the Lakers up.
Blame
boy.
Nico
Boy,
Harrison.
dude, boy,
It's the game now. This is the game.
They quick to pay. He didn't even think about you, Gabe. He just,
Shamar Moore.
We got a 2 or 3 pack. Always
been
ready.
balling.
Always ready. We got 2 or 3 players ready.
Shamar been balling.
That's funny.
Take it back.
No. I mean, I'm a Lakers fan, but I wouldn't want Joel Embiid, especially if he's not healthy. I don't believe he could get healthy, play I don't believe he can play 70 games a year. So I wouldn't trade for him. But what do y'all think? Do you think it's pretty much over for the 76ers? Do you think Joel Embiid can come back healthy next year? And do you think Joel Embiid would have been the best center to ever play the game if he was healthy his whole career? But that's pretty much all I got for today. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.